Deuteronomy 15:1.1-23 AFV. At the end of every 7 years you shall make a release. Jackson, this is the manner of the release. Every man who has a loan to his neighbor shall release it. He shall not exact it from his neighbor or from his brother, because it is called the Lord's release. 3. You may exact it from a foreigner, but your hand shall release that which is yours with your brother. 4. Except when there shall be no poor among you. For the Lord shall greatly bless you in the land which the Lord your God gives you for an inheritance to possess it. Mark. Only if you diligently obey the voice of the Lord your God, to be careful to observe all these commandments which I command you today. For the Lord your God blesses you as he promised you, and you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow, and you shall reign over many nations, but they shall not reign over you. None if there is among you a poor man of one of your brothers inside any of your gates, in your land which the Lord your God gives you. You shall not harden your heart, nor shut your hand from your poor brother, but you shall open your hand wide to him, and shall surely lend him enough for his need, that which he lacks. Mark, beware that there is not a thought in your wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and your eye may be evil against your poor brother, and you give him nothing, and he may cry to the Lord against you, and it is sin to you. Once you shall surely give to him, and your heart shall not be grieved when you give to him, because for this thing the Lord your God shall bless you in all your works, and in all that you put your hand to, even for the poor shall never cease out of the land. Therefore I command you, saying, you shall open your hand wide to your brother, to your poor and to your needy in your land. If your brother, a Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, is sold to you and serves you 6 years, then in the 7th year you shall let him go free from you. 13. And when you send him out free from you, you shall not let him go away empty. 14. You shall liberally bestow upon him from your flock, and from your grain floor, and from your winepress. With what the Lord your God has blessed you, you shall give to him. Deuteronomy 15. And you shall remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and the Lord your God redeemed you. Therefore I command you this word today. And if he says to you, I will not go away from you, because he loves you and your house, since it has been good for him with you. 17. Then you shall take an awl, and put it through his ear to the door, and he shall be your servant forever. And also to your female servant you shall do so. 18. It shall not seem hard to you when you send him away from you free, for he has been worth a double hired servant in serving you 6 years, and the Lord your God shall bless you in all that you do. 19. All the firstborn males that come from your herd and from your flock you shall set apart to the Lord your God. You shall do no work with the firstborn of your herd, nor shear the firstborn of your flock. 22. You shall eat before the Lord your God year by year in the place which the Lord shall choose, you and your household. 21. And if there is a blemish in it, lame or blindness or any ill blemish, you shall not sacrifice it to the Lord your God. You shall eat it inside your gates. The one who is unclean and the one who is clean shall eat it alike, as the gazelle and as the deer. 23. Only you shall not eat the blood of it. You shall pour it on the ground like water. Keep the month of Abib, and observe the Passover to the Lord your God. For in the month of Abib, the Lord your God brought you forth out of Egypt by night, and you shall therefore sacrifice the Passover offering to the Lord your God, of the flock and the herd, in the place which the Lord shall choose to place his name there. You shall eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread with it, the bread of affliction, for you came forth out of the land of Egypt in haste, so that you may remember the day that you came forth out of the land of Egypt all the days of your life. And there shall be no leaven seen with you in all your borders for 7 days, nor shall any of the flesh, which you sacrificed in the first day at sunset, remain all night until the morning. You may not sacrifice the Passover offering within any of your gates which the Lord your God gives you, but at the place which the Lord your God shall choose to place his name in. There you shall sacrifice the Passover offering at sunset, at the going down of the sun, at the time that you came out of Egypt. And you shall boil and eat it in the place which the Lord your God shall choose. And in the morning you shall turn and go to your tents. 6 days you shall eat unleavened bread. And on the 7th day shall be a solemn assembly to the Lord your God. You shall do no work. You shall count 7 weeks to yourselves. Begin to count the 7 weeks from the time you first began to put the sickle to the grain. And you shall keep the feast of weeks to the Lord your God, according to the sufficiency of a free will offering from your hand, which you shall give according as the Lord your God has blessed you. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God, you and your son and your daughter, and your male servant and your female servant, and the Levite inside your gates, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, those among you, in the place which the Lord your God has chosen to place his name there. And you shall remember that you were a slave in Egypt. And you shall be careful to do these statutes. You shall keep the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days, after you have gathered in from your threshing floor and your winepress. And you shall rejoice in your feast, you and your son and your daughter, and your male servants, and your female servants, and the Levite, the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow within your gates. 7 days you shall keep a solemn feast to the Lord your God in the place which the Lord shall choose, because the Lord your God shall bless you in all your increase and in all the works of your hands. Therefore you shall surely rejoice. 3 times in a year shall all your males appear before the Lord your God in the place which he shall choose, in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and in the Feast of Weeks, and in the Feast of Tabernacles. And they shall not appear before the Lord empty. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of the Lord your God, which he has given you. You shall appoint judges and officers for yourself in all your gates, which the Lord your God gives you, tribe by tribe, and they shall judge the people with righteous judgment. You shall not pervert judgment. You shall not respect persons, nor take a bribe. For a bribe blinds the eyes of the wise and perverts the words of the righteous. You shall follow that which is altogether just, so that you may live and inherit the land which the Lord your God gives you. You shall not set up for yourself pillars of any trees near the altar of the Lord your God, which you shall make for yourself. Nor shall you set up any image which thing the Lord your God hates.